Tempus Troubles. The Adventures of Max Hawthorne. Chapter 1. A Watch and a World Unfold. Max Hawthorne squinted at the antique pocket watch in his hand, tracing his fingers along its intricate engravings. It had been his grandfather's prized possession, and now it was his. He had always been fascinated by the stories his grandfather used to tell him about time travel, but he had never imagined it could be real. Curious and adventurous by nature, Max decided to test the watch's powers. He set the watch to a specific date and time, closed his eyes, and pressed the button on the watch's side. In an instant, he felt a sensation of weightlessness and heard a strange whooshing sound. As Max opened his eyes, he found himself standing in the middle of a bustling marketplace in ancient Rome. The sights, sounds, and smells overwhelmed him as he realized that he had successfully traveled through time. Excited but also cautious, Max explored the ancient city, marveling at the grandeur of the architecture and the richness of the culture. However, his initial awe quickly turned into panic when he realized that he had accidentally interfered with a historical event. Max stumbled upon a heated argument between two Roman soldiers and intervened to prevent a fight, only to realize that he had unintentionally changed the course of history. As he tried to find a way to set things right, Max encountered a mysterious girl named Aurelia, who seemed to know more about the watch and its powers than he did. Aurelia, a fellow time traveler, explained that there were rules and consequences to time travel. She warned Max about the dangers of altering the timeline and the need to be careful with his actions. She also revealed that there were others who sought to use the power of time travel for their own gain, including a powerful organization known as the Temporal Guardians. With Aurelia's help, Max set out on a thrilling journey to undo the changes he had inadvertently caused and learn more about the watch's origins and purpose. Along the way, they encountered treacherous obstacles, including rival time travelers, ancient traps, and even mythical creatures. Max also discovered hidden powers within himself that seemed to be connected to the watch. As Max and Aurelia raced against time to fix the timeline and prevent further disruptions, they realized that their adventure was just beginning. The pocket watch had opened up a whole new world of possibilities, and Max was determined to uncover its secrets, protect the timeline, and fulfill his destiny as a guardian of time. Chapter 2. Ancient Mysteries and New Allies. Max and Aurelia continued their journey through time, determined to set things right and restore the timeline. They arrived in ancient Egypt, where they hoped to find a way to reverse the changes Max had unintentionally caused in Rome. As they explored the majestic pyramids and temples, Max and Aurelia encountered a group of archaeologists who were excavating an ancient tomb. The archaeologists, led by Dr. Rashid, were puzzled by the presence of artifacts that seemed out of place in the timeline. Max realized that his actions in Rome had caused a ripple effect that had altered history beyond what he had imagined. Max and Aurelia decided to help Dr. Rashid and his team unravel the mystery of the tomb. They deciphered ancient hieroglyphics, solved puzzles, and encountered traps along the way. They also encountered a rival time traveler, Lucius, who was determined to stop them from fixing the timeline. With their combined knowledge and skills, Max, Aurelia, and Dr. Rashid uncovered a secret chamber within the tomb that held a powerful artifact known as the Eye of Ra. It was said to have the ability to reset time to its original state. However, before they could retrieve the artifact, Lucius ambushed them, revealing his true intentions to use the Eye of Ra for his own nefarious purposes. A fierce battle ensued, and Max tapped into his newfound powers, using them to protect his friends and fend off Lucius. Just as Lucius was about to escape with the Eye of Ra, Max made a daring move and activated the artifact. A blinding light enveloped them all, and Max found himself transported to a different time period along with Aurelia and Dr. Rashid. Now, Max and his allies faced new challenges in an unknown era, with the timeline still in disarray. They had to find a way to retrieve the Eye of Ra from Lucius and restore the timeline to its proper order. Along the way, they encountered new allies and enemies, unraveling ancient mysteries and unlocking the true potential of the pocket watch's powers. With each leap through time, Max realized that he had embarked on a perilous yet thrilling adventure that would shape not only his own fate but the fate of the entire timeline. Chapter 3. Lost in the Renaissance. Max, Aurelia, and Dr. Rashid found themselves in the midst of the Renaissance, a period of great artistic and scientific innovation. They arrived in Florence, Italy, during the height of the Renaissance, hoping to gather clues about Lucius's whereabouts and the next steps in their quest to restore the timeline. As they explored the bustling city, Max and his friends encountered Leonardo da Vinci, the renowned polymath and inventor. They sought his expertise in understanding the pocket watch and its powers, as well as his knowledge of the historical events they were trying to fix. Leonardo was intrigued by Max's story and eagerly agreed to help. He examined the pocket watch with keen interest, marveling at its intricacies. He shared his own theories about time travel and provided valuable insights into the possible consequences of altering the timeline. Together, Max, Aurelia, Dr. Rashid, and Leonardo embarked on a thrilling quest to gather information and clues about Lucius's whereabouts. They delved into the world of Renaissance art, visited famous landmarks, and encountered prominent historical figures, such as Michelangelo and Galileo Galilei. As they searched for answers, Max and his friends faced challenges and obstacles. They had to navigate through political intrigue, deal with rival factions, and outsmart clever adversaries who sought to prevent them from achieving their mission. Meanwhile, Max continued to unlock new powers within himself, honing his abilities to manipulate time and space. He learned to control his emotions and make difficult decisions, realizing that the consequences of his actions could have far-reaching effects on the timeline and the people he encountered. With Leonardo's guidance and their collective efforts, Max and his friends finally uncovered Lucius's plans to use the Eye of Ra to alter history for his own gain. They confronted Lucius in a dramatic showdown, utilizing their combined skills and knowledge to outwit him. In the end, Max managed to retrieve the Eye of Ra and reset the timeline to its original state. He bid farewell to Leonardo and thanked him for his invaluable assistance. As Max, Aurelia, and Dr. Rashid prepared to leave Renaissance Italy, they realized that their journey was far from over. They had yet to uncover the true purpose of the pocket watch, and new challenges and adventures awaited them in the next chapter of their time-traveling saga. Final chapter, A New Beginning. Max, Aurelia, and Dr. Rashid returned to their own time period, armed with the Eye of Ra and the knowledge they had gained throughout their time-traveling adventures. They had successfully restored the timeline to its proper order, and now it was time to confront Lucius once and for all. Lucius, still intent on wielding the power of time for his own gain, had become even more formidable. He had gathered his own allies and resources, and he was determined to stop Max and his friends from foiling his plans. A climactic battle unfolded as Max, Aurelia, and Dr. Rashid faced off against Lucius and his forces. Max's newly honed time manipulation abilities and the power of the Eye of Ra proved to be formidable weapons against Lucius's schemes. With the help of their friends and allies, Max and his team fought valiantly, overcoming challenges and obstacles along the way. In the midst of the battle, Max confronted Lucius one-on-one, each using their powers to their fullest extent. They engaged in a fierce duel, and Max's determination and courage fueled his abilities. In a decisive moment, Max managed to outsmart Lucius and use the Eye of Ra to reset time once again, erasing Lucius's tampering and returning everything to its original state. With Lucius defeated, Max, Aurelia, and Dr. Rashid returned the Eye of Ra to its rightful place, safeguarding it from falling into the wrong hands again. They bid farewell to their allies from different time periods, grateful for the friendships they had formed and the knowledge they had gained. As the adventure came to a close, Max realized that the journey had changed him in profound ways. He had grown as a person, honing his skills, developing his character, and discovering the true power of responsibility. He also realized that the pocket watch, which had been the catalyst for his journey, was no longer necessary. Max decided to keep it safely tucked away, a memento of his extraordinary experiences. In the end, Max returned to his own time period, where he was reunited with his family and friends. He shared his incredible story with them, and they marveled at his courage and resourcefulness. Max also reunited with Aurelia, who had become a trusted companion and ally through their shared adventures. As Max reflected on his journey, he realized that it was not just about fixing the timeline, but also about discovering his own strengths, overcoming challenges, and forging lasting friendships. With a newfound appreciation for the value of time and the importance of making choices with care, Max looked forward to a bright future, filled with possibilities and new beginnings. And so, Max's time-traveling adventure came to an end, but the memories of his extraordinary journey would stay with him forever, as he embarked on a new chapter of his life with renewed purpose and a sense of wonder for the mysteries of time and history.